Before we begin, take a moment to settle in. Welcome to Science for Sleep, a channel where we explore the brain, perception, and reality through real science in a way that's easy to listen to and easy to think about. If you enjoy learning something meaningful while your body relaxes, consider liking the video or leaving a comment. It helps this channel grow, and it lets me know which topics you want explored next. Now, let's begin. At some point, almost everyone notices the same unsettling feeling. Time seems to speed up. Years that once felt endless now pass quickly. Months blur together. Weeks disappear before you realize they're gone. Childhood summers felt infinite. Adult years feel compressed. And the question naturally follows: is time actually moving faster, or is something changing inside the brain? The answer is clear. Time itself does not speed up. Your brain's perception of time changes, and that change follows predictable, measurable neurological patterns. When you are young, almost everything is new. New places, new routines, new faces, new rules. Your brain is constantly forming fresh neural connections. This matters because the brain does not measure time using clocks. It measures time using change. The more change your brain detects, the longer a period feels. As a child, a single year contains thousands of firsts. First classrooms, first friendships, first fears, first discoveries. Each one creates a dense memory trace. When you look back, that year feels long because your brain stored it richly. As you get older, life becomes more familiar. Days repeat. Routines stabilize. The brain becomes efficient. Efficiency is useful, but efficiency reduces novelty. And novelty is the key ingredient for perceived time. Neuroscientists describe this as temporal compression. When experiences are similar, the brain groups them together. Instead of storing each day individually, it stores patterns. This saves energy, but it also shortens subjective time. This is why a week on vacation feels longer than a month of routine. It's not about duration, it's about distinction. Memory plays a central role here. The hippocampus, a structure critical for memory formation, responds strongly to novelty. When novelty is high, memory encoding is dense. When novelty is low, memory encoding becomes sparse. Sparse memories collapse time in retrospect. This is why recent years can feel like they vanished. They were not empty. They were repetitive. Another important factor is proportional time. When you are 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your life. When you are 50, 1 year is 2%. Your brain unconsciously compares time spans relative to lived experience. Smaller proportions feel shorter. This is not a metaphor. This is how comparative processing works in the brain. But proportionality alone does not explain everything. Even moment to moment, time feels different as we age. That's because attention changes. As children, attention is naturally wide. Everything is interesting. The brain scans constantly. As adults, attention narrows. The brain filters aggressively. It focuses on what matters and ignores the rest. This filtering improves function, but it reduces temporal detail. Less detail equals faster perceived time. Stress also accelerates time perception. Chronic stress shifts the brain into predictive mode. Instead of experiencing the present, the brain anticipates the next demand. This pulls awareness forward. When awareness leaves the present, time feels compressed. Technology amplifies this effect. Fast content trains the brain to expect rapid change. When the brain stops deeply encoding experiences, time blurs. This has nothing to do with age alone. It has to do with stimulation patterns. Another misconception is that time feels faster because life becomes busier. Busyness is not the cause. Mental autopilot is. You can be busy and still experience time fully, but only if attention remains engaged. The brain does not remember time. It remembers moments. When moments are distinct, time expands. When moments blend together, time collapses. This explains something many people feel but rarely articulate: the sense that life didn't speed up. It smoothed out. One of the most powerful influences on how time feels is emotion. Strong emotions stretch time. Fear can make seconds feel like minutes. Joy can make hours feel brief but memorable. Boredom can make moments drag endlessly. This happens because emotion amplifies attention. When attention increases, the brain records more detail. More detail creates the illusion of longer time. This is why childhood feels slow. Children experience emotion intensely. Everything matters. Every success, failure, and discovery carries weight. That emotional intensity thickens memory, and thick memory expands time in hindsight. As adults, emotional responses become regulated. The brain learns what deserves attention. This is necessary for stability, but regulation comes at a cost. Less emotional intensity means fewer memory markers. Fewer markers shorten subjective time. Anxiety creates a unique distortion. In anxious states, time can feel both fast and slow. Moments feel urgent, but later they feel blurred. This is because anxiety shifts the brain into prediction mode. Instead of encoding the present, the brain simulates futures. When the present isn't fully encoded, it disappears in memory. This explains why stressful years feel short in retrospect. They were filled with concern, not presence. Another factor is expectation. When you know what will happen next, time speeds up. When the future is uncertain, time slows down. This is because prediction reduces sensory processing. Surprise increases it. This is why waiting for unknown news feels endless, and why familiar routines disappear quickly. The brain's internal timing system also changes with age. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter involved in motivation and novelty detection, decreases gradually over time. Lower dopamine means reduced sensitivity to new information. Reduced sensitivity means fewer internal timestamps. This does not reduce intelligence. It reduces perceived duration. Brain imaging studies show that when dopamine levels are higher, time feels slower and richer. When dopamine signaling is lower, time feels compressed. This is one reason why new experiences feel refreshing. They temporarily boost dopaminergic activity. Movement also affects time perception. When the body moves through varied environments, the brain tracks spatial change. Spatial change reinforces temporal awareness. Sedentary routines weaken this link. This is not about exercise. It's about environmental variation. This helps explain why travel alters time perception so strongly. New sights, sounds, and layouts force the brain to encode more data. The result is time expansion. Another subtle factor is memory recall itself. When you recall memories often, they remain vivid. When memories are rarely revisited, they fade. Faded memories shorten perceived time. This is why entire periods can feel missing. They weren't encoded deeply and weren't reinforced later. The brain also uses narrative structure to measure time. Events that form a story feel longer than events that don't. This is why milestone moments stand out. They create boundaries. Boundaries stretch time. As life becomes less segmented and more continuous, those boundaries disappear. Without boundaries, time flows unnoticed. So far, we've seen that time perception is not about clocks. It's about novelty, emotion, attention, memory, dopamine, movement, and narrative. All of these change with age. Not because of decline, because of adaptation. Many people wonder whether it's possible to slow time down. The answer depends on what slow means. You cannot change the passage of time, but you can change how richly the brain experiences it, and that changes how long time feels. One of the most misunderstood concepts related to time is living in the moment. This is often treated as advice, but neurologically it is a state. It occurs when attention, emotion, and perception align. In this state, the brain encodes experience densely. Dense encoding expands time. This state is not achieved through effort. Effort activates control systems. Control systems compress time. Expansion occurs when attention is engaged but not forced. This is why boredom feels long but empty. Boredom increases time awareness without increasing memory encoding. The result is stretched moments with little lasting substance. Calm engagement, by contrast, increases encoding without urgency. This creates time that feels both slow and meaningful. Another question people ask is whether aging itself accelerates time. The evidence suggests it does not. What changes is experience structure. When life becomes predictable, the brain stops marking time carefully. This is not decay, it is efficiency. The brain is designed to conserve energy. Predictability saves energy. Novelty costs energy. As energy becomes more valuable with age, the brain naturally favors efficiency. Time speeds up as a side effect. This also explains why learning something new later in life feels powerful. Learning disrupts prediction. It forces the brain to re-engage. This temporarily expands time perception. Importantly, this expansion is not about constant novelty. Overstimulation does the opposite. When novelty is too fast or shallow, the brain stops encoding. Time collapses again. This is why passive consumption accelerates time. Scrolling feels full, but leaves little memory. The brain is stimulated but not engaged. Engagement requires interaction, not just input. Another aspect of time perception is identity. The brain organizes memory around the self. When identity is stable, fewer memory updates are required. When identity shifts, memory density increases. This is why transitional periods feel long. They require self-redefinition. Periods of change feel slow in the moment but rich in hindsight. Periods of stability feel fast in hindsight but comfortable in the moment. Neither is better. They serve different functions. Another question is whether technology permanently alters time perception. Research suggests it alters attention patterns, not time mechanisms. The brain remains capable of rich encoding, but it requires conditions that technology often interrupts. Silence, variation, and focus restore temporal richness. Not as practices, as environments. Time perception also varies across cultures. Cultures that emphasize routine experience faster subjective time. Cultures that emphasize ritual and variation experience slower time. This supports the idea that structure shapes perception. One of the strangest things about time perception is that it rarely feels fast in the present. Time usually feels normal as it passes. It is only when we look back that time seems to accelerate. This tells us something important. Time is not experienced directly. It is reconstructed. The brain does not store duration. It stores content. When you look back on a period of life, your brain scans for distinct memories. If it finds many, the period feels long. If it finds few, the period feels short. This is why long days can create short years. This reconstruction process explains why people often feel shocked by how quickly time seems to move. The feeling is not about the present. It is about the past being sparsely encoded. This also explains why recent changes can suddenly make time feel slower again. A new environment, a new role, a new challenge. They force the brain to record again. Time expands in response. There is no evidence that this process can be permanently reversed, and it does not need to be. Time feeling faster is not a failure of awareness. It is a sign of adaptation. The brain becomes efficient because efficiency is survival. When things are predictable, attention is freed for what matters. The cost of that efficiency is temporal compression. Understanding this reframes the fear many people feel. Time is not slipping away faster because life is ending. It feels faster because the brain has learned the world. This does not mean time must feel empty. Meaning is not tied to duration. A short period can be rich. A long period can be hollow. The brain does not measure value in minutes. What this topic ultimately reveals is something deeper. The mind does not passively experience reality. It constructs it. Time is not something you move through. It is something your brain assembles from memory, attention, and emotion. When you understand this, the feeling of time speeding up becomes less alarming. It becomes informative. It tells you what your brain is prioritizing. As this video comes to a close, there's nothing you need to remember. No technique to apply. No habit to change. Just an understanding of why the feeling exists. If this explanation resonated with you, consider leaving a comment. Tell me when you first noticed time starting to feel faster. And if you found this valuable, liking the video helps this channel reach others who enjoy calm, science-based exploration. This is Science for Sleep, a place to explore the mind, perception, and reality through understanding, not pressure. And as you move forward, time will continue to feel the way it always has. Not faster, not slower, just shaped by how your brain chooses to remember it.